Good evening, good evening. Hope everyone is having a blessed evening. I am having a blessed evening. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So I'm back with another good one. I'm back with another good one. I'm back with another good topic. I'm back with another good video for you and I to let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. You know, while these things are going on, while there's so much um Canaan descendants are fighting with each other. Canaan descendants are fighting with each other right now. What's going on? What is the conspiracy theories? What you and I see right now, what's going on? And before I get in this topic, I definitely would like to send my condolences out to the victim. I definitely would like to send my condolences and love out to the victim, those children and just innocent people that got shot up, maybe burned, whatever the case may be, right? We all know they got a suspect. They got a suspect at hand that did the shooting and killing and barged his car into, rammed his car into the church and started shooting and burning up the church. And multiple victims that were shot up. I think it's 3 was dead. What is going on? Why so much of Canaan descendants are shooting and killing each other and taking each other out? What's going on? Some may say, oh, this is mental disability, but this is something that you created for individuals that take multiple people's lives, that go in and take their life and take multiple people's life. This is why this program was procreated. This mentally ill, for those that have mentally ill, but that's not mentally ill, so that the justice system and the court system can prey on that and be less lenient on individuals that take the lives of multiple people. It's an actual fact. So we know that to be true. Able descendants know that to be true. We know that to be true. And like I said, I would like to send my condolences out to these victims. These things that should have happened, but it's happening during this time, during this era in 2025. That's why in the beginning, I said you're going to see a lot of things that make you go, Yeah, this is serious. We're living in a very, very serious time. And I want to share a little history about Detroit, Michigan. About Detroit to Michigan. This is about Michigan and state Michigan, right? Back during when there was a lot of fighting going on, when the indigenous people of able descendants was fighting and being hung and murdered, there was, just like all of the states, there was Canaan descendants getting hung with us. If, like I said, if there was 10 of us that was being hung and lynched and burnt, there was 5 descendants of Canaan descendants. And we call them Quakers. We call them Quakers. They have a different name now. They got a different name. And they have not forgot that they ancestors or elders were standing up for what's right and forbidding what's wrong with able descendants. And we never forgot that. We will never forget that. That a portion of Canaan descendants came to our aid and got hung with us. See, I got to tell the story for what it is, because people are going to paint a narrative of disrespect. And not of all Canaan descendants agree with this entity. A portion of them pushed back and actually were hung with us. Like I said, if there was 10 of us, there was 5 of Canaan descendants that was hung. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, I'm talking about white people and black people. I don't like to use these terminology because these are not the terminologies, our original terminologies. This is added on as disrespect. These titles are beneath us. But a portion of Cain descendants supported and protected and died with able descendants, knowing that slavery enslaving the indigenous people of this earth was against morals and respect and the scriptures at the time of the Bible, the original scriptures. Yes, the Quakers have the original scriptures, the original text. They're not going to tell you that they have it, but they have it. Why is all this stuff is going on? You know, the media, they're going to blame it on the individual just lost his job, his wife just left him. They're going to blame it on something. But the truth of the matter, the fact, is that the Quakers are tired. They're already feeling that their ancestors was murdered and backdoored. That their ancestors was murdered and backdoored, along with able descendants. And they stand with us. They know the truth. They know the truth. Now, I don't recommend that anybody, pick up violence and guns and burning things up and burning people. No, we shouldn't do these things. But do these things happen? Yes, it does happen in society. It's because this sick, barbaric devil demon has taught mankind how to kill each other, how to be separated from each other. This is why it's a big campaign for us as individuals and as human beings to come together and get rid of this entity that you've been upholding for years upon years upon years upon years. Now, this video and this content may not get 1,000 views, 100 views. They're not going to share this. But it's up to you to share this, to get the information out. Because it's coming from a spiritual sense, a spiritual world. This is coming from the Alpha Omega, the creator and everything in existence. And like I said, I like to send my condolences out to the victims and their loved ones that this should not have happened. But does it happen in our society, in our communities, in this world? Yes, it is. It's because it's what we are procreating amongst us. The guns and drugs and the murder and the separatism and stuff like that, as the creator bridged a gap between all of us and brought us together and put the rainbow, which nobody didn't contribute to but the creator himself. We are taught to breed hate, jealousy among us, and the one is a true op. The one is a true op of us, a true enemy is this entity. This entity is ancient. He been around way before us. He would never show you and reveal his true form, his true nature. He will not show you that. Will he suggest you killing, murder, death, killing people and change the creation of the Alpha, Omega, the creating everything existing? Yes. Will he tell you to kill people? Yes. Just like he told Cain and took Cain up underneath his up underneath his wing and showed him how to kill and murder Abel based on jealousy and envy. Because everything in creation was filling and vibing with Abel. Peace and blessings be upon him. It wasn't vibing with him, and he couldn't understand it. The creator told you, do not take this entity as your friend and as your in-law. In-law means God, your worshiper, your creator. And Cain did it. So he got debased. He got debased. He got his spirit snatched out of him, and he got the melanin snatched out of him. And the creator left him in dumb, deaf, and blind, say, be ye ape, be ye ape, be ye ape, dumb, deaf, and blind, and despised you are. You will never return back to the righteous path, the right path. And a portion of Cain's descendants been holding up that bargain with this entity. He's lying to you. He has not get you to the new world yet, right? He hasn't get you to that yet. You are left here on earth just like everybody else. The same faith that we're gonna be faced with, you're gonna be faced with too, Cain and descendants. You ain't going nowhere. There's nowhere you can go. So you need to stop what you're doing and bridge the gap. This time and ever is over. Racism is over, it's dead. Keeping up this old tradition is dead. You still trying to hold on to this. It is leaving with time. Time is elevating. The earth is elevating. Everybody's elevating but you. You are causing more pain upon your creation and upon your civilization. You don't see that? And the portion of Cain descendants, which is Quakers, are tired of it. When are you going to wake up and stop this? It makes no sense. He's lying to you. He's been lying for years. You don't see that? You don't see that. Come on, you don't see that. So, people on social media, on these major platforms, they're going to say, oh no, he had mental issues. He just lost his wife, lost his job. He lost everything. That's why he did that. No. A lot of Quakers and a lot of Cain descendants stood up for Abel descendants because they know that we are the same and that we are cousins. We are cousins. They stand on business and integrity and loyalty and honesty and not backdooring us. So, we saying, let's fight this entity together and stop this. You can stop it. We cannot change the past, what happened. We cannot change the past of our forefathers, of our ancestors. But we can change it now by bridging the gap and adding in the rainbow to change things and let the Creator know that we love Him and worship Him. The Alpha Omega, the Creator and everything existing. The one true Almighty Creator that needs prayers and worship. Nobody else but Him. A portion of Cain descendants are tired. They tired of you practicing and promoting and propagating racism. For what? It makes no sense. That is not our fault. That the Creator snatched your spirit and your melanin from you, Cain descendants and Cain, and debased you and said, be ye ate. They be ye ate, dumb, deaf, and despised. This is an actual true fact. This is spirituality. This is the truth. This is the truth. And I don't want to hurt nobody, but I'm coming from a spiritual sense, a spiritual world, a spiritual understanding. And that only comes from the Alpha Omega, the Creator and everything in existence, the Almighty. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for blessing me with this knowledge and understanding to spread this amongst the people, all people, that we get the message out. Because it's not just about us. It's about all of us stopping this process right now and bridging the gap so we can get to the next existence in life and not be here on this earth. It's up to you. It is up to you. It looks like me, the Quakers are tired. They remember, just like we remember, they remember that their elders was hung and killed by supporting us. And they was calling them Nagam lovers. I'm not going to say that word. They was calling them Nagam lovers. Nagam lovers. No, they wasn't. They stood on business and on scriptures, on what the Creator says. They uphold the actual true scriptures of the Bible. It's an actual true fact. You know? So we have to understand this to come from a point of view of spirituality. Now, I want to send my condolences out to the victims in Michigan, in that church over there. I want to send my condolences out. We send our condolences out because we know how it is. We lost countless of our elders and bombings in cities and buried inside the ground and hung and everything else. We know how that is. We know how that is. We will never forget that. No matter what you do, is in the bloodlines, in the DNA. Sup, man? Thank you so much. That's right. Flow team is here. So it's time to bridge the gap. You sit and see that we are not doing these acts because we don't have that inside of us to do. We don't have that inside of us to raise our hands to you. We don't have it to raise our hands to you, Cain and descendants, but you have it to raise your hands against us. Just like you did your brother, Abel, murdered and killed him and became a lost one. The Creator, I'm telling you, They're not going to tell you this. Let me tell you something. Abortion, if you're watching me, get this information out. If you're watching me, they're not going to tell you this. It's the first time you're hearing this on the internet. It came from me. The interpreter. It came from me. The creator, the Alpha, Omega, the creator and everything in existence, snatched Canaan's spirit and his melanin from his body and debased him and left him in dumb, deaf, and blind and said, be ye ate, dumb, deaf, and blind. You will never return back to the right path of killing Abel. And before that, there was never no apes. We didn't know what no apes was. What was apes? Apes never was here. Apes didn't come about. It came about when Canaan killed Abel. That's when apes came about. To act a true fact. Don't let them lie to you. We've been lied to. You've been lied to. I'm talking about the white people, a portion of the white people. They've been lying to you. From fame, fortune, and riches, life shares and squash, lights, cameras, and actions. And been backdooring you. And a portion of our descendants, of Abel's descendants, been lying to us, saying that we came over here from Africa and changed. They've been lying to us. So they've been lying to both of us, you and us, to ask the true fact. And this comes straight from the Alpha, Omega, the creator and everything. He said, yo, Austin, tell them the truth. Tell them what happened. Tell them the truth. And this is the truth. That in the scriptures, it doesn't say it because the creator doesn't talk about it. And when he vibing with you and love you, he will give you knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that nobody ever heard that's not in books. It's up to you to take it and live by it. This is an actual true fact. And this is why on this channel, we talk the truth. And this is why all these things are going on. Racism is obsolete. It's becoming obsolete because the more you preach hate, the more you stop your progress in spirituality. You understand? And I'm telling you from a spiritual brother. And like I said, a portion of you preach hate, but a portion of you don't preach hate. They stand on integrity and business. They worship the Alpha Omega. They know him. And they ride with us, and we ride with them. We love them for the sake of the Alpha Omega. That's an actual true fact. And you have to understand this. So this is why some of this shooting happened in Michigan. And this is why it happened. Allegedly. People's not practicing hate no more, man. Ain't nobody robbing with that no more. Anybody doing that no more. But a portion that's trying to hold on with fear and weapons, with everything else. It's not going down no more like that. People trying to get to the next existence in life. Why are you trying to stay here with this entity? He's not allowed up there. And you keep going, if you keep going the way you're going, you're not going to be allowed up there. Now, if we pray for you and ask the Creator to forgive you, then yes. But you keep on practicing it, you're going to remain right here. You're going to be a lost one. And you've been lost throughout the years and throughout the years. We know that. But it's time to break and bridge the gap and bring the rainbow. And work together as humanity against this entity, devil, demon that been lying to the human beings. I know him. I don't play with him. Don't play with me, entity. You send your dupes at me, I'm going to send them back. And you know I'm good for that. I'm good for that in the spiritual realm, I'm recognized. You know what I'm talking about, entity. You's a devil, demonic and twisted devil demon. You was the one that got Canaan debased. You was the one that taught him how to murder and kill. You was the one that got his melanin and his spirit snatched out of his body and left with his soul. And dumb, deaf, and blind say be ape. It was this entity. He's been lying to you. Wake up. Smell the coffee, y'all. Straight up. Peace.